And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and always providing you the timely truth centered around your real estate, credit, finance, estate plans, tax plans, and so much more. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Our number one goals are to educate, entertain, enlighten, and most importantly, we want to engage to help you win.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Save our hotline number in your phone, 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-670-7372. Don't forget our number. Bookmark our website, consumerqb.com. A plethora of information available for you on our website, and I implore you to check out consumerqb.com. You'll find all of our expert contributors there, 80-plus show partners, the best in all the area that we've compiled. We bring on the show to help you understand more about your daily decisions, help you avoid a lot of that commission-based advice that's so prevalent in our community. So we really want to be that consumer advocate, and we've been on air for 5 years proving that to you. So it's an intelligent talk radio, and I've got some intelligent folks here in studio with me today. Back in studio, Rene, representing the Loan Pilots team. Hennessy, welcome in.
Thank you, Brandon.
Local mortgage experts support the local economy. That's what we always say, Rene.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. And we also have my man, William Crowley, back in the studio. Welcome in, sir.
Been a while. What's up, buddy? I'm back.
Yeah, man, he's back. Where you been?
Oh, man, working on my tan.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. It's working.
It's working.
Yeah. Looking good, man. So we're going to talk some credit today?
Yeah.
How to compare?
We're going to compare these credit repair companies out there.
Yeah, how to compare a credit repair company.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. All right. Louise Harris, also, welcome in.
Hi, Brandon. It's great to be here. I want to talk about how to advertise your event and other people's events. And there's a way to do it that works and a way that isn't.
I like it. Yeah, so we got an article here as well that James pulled up, 10 killer tips on how to make your event successful. So that'll be really cool. Some good content here today, and we want you to, help you live a better life. That's what this show is all about. We got our event coming up Thursday. It's this Thursday. Wow, it's already here. Ken Shamrock keynote benefiting the Ian Beckles Foundation at Red Door number 5. Now, the best part about this event is it's for the kids. It's for the children of Tampa Bay. We're raising money to benefit the underprivileged children in Tampa Bay. I know the Ian Beckles Foundation supported the Children's Cancer Center in a lot of ways, and our heart goes out to some of these kids in Tampa Bay. And now this is Thursday, June 21st, coming up just a couple of days, 4:30 to 9 p.m. It's an awesome event. We've got a live radio broadcast, the Ken Shamrock keynote. So he's going to talk about his childhood and his development through his youth up through, winning multiple UFC championships, fighting, and then going into the wrestling space with the WWF. And his key takeaways from that, and his keys to success. And it's more of a combination lock. It's less about an actual one key. It's more these days. It's more about a combination lock to be able to gain that success that you're looking for. So this is at North Florida Avenue. It's a really cool venue too. Check it out. Fire Station number 5, aka Red Door number 5. Really cool event. So Amici's Catered Food. Awesome folks. A lot of our peeps are going to be there from the show. So come out and support. $20 ticket on Eventbrite is all you pay. $15 early bird tickets are still up there, I believe. So please support that event. We'd really appreciate that. And as you know, I'm the owner of Platinum MVP Realty and a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay. We're always looking for listings, and we help our sellers maximize the profits on the sale of their real estate properties. Got a hot one over on Gulf Boulevard. This one's 1370 Gulf Boulevard, unit number 401. 3 bedrooms, 3 bath, $1.175 million. Beautiful property here, directly on the beach. It's a condo, and all of the great support of the luxury amenities there as well. The pool, the spa. So check it out on our website, PlatinumMVPRealty.com. The Quarterback Show is powered by PlatinumMVPRealty.com. You can see all the professional photography compliments of Fabre Frameworks. They do a great job photographing our real estate properties here in Tampa Bay, and they serve the greater Tampa Bay area, also Orlando, Bradenton, St. Pete. All right, let's jump right into it. So today we have our A-team in the house. We got Rene kicking off seat number 1 here. And, when it comes to the mortgage space, the things I talk about is supporting the local economy, working with local companies, and that's really a main driver where it should begin.
Absolutely. Some of the things that I'd like to discuss during today's session would be pointed towards condominium purchases, educating potential home buyers on costs and fees and financing products that are available to them.
Yeah, condos are a different animal. You've got association fees, which sometimes people say, if they see $300 or $400, sometimes $700, $800, $900 on a higher price property, they say, oh wow, that's too much. But they don't realize that covers the roof insurance. I mean, what all does that typically cover?
Yeah, it varies, and when I do speak to some clientele that are looking to purchase or have purchased condominiums in the past, you have to do a cost comparison, and that's the thing that I think a lot of people miss. Because you have to take into consideration what is included in those fees.
Right.
Added to which, if you were to buy a single-family dwelling, what would you be incurring outside of the norm from just your principal and interest in your escrow payment?
That's right.
And then weigh that against what the value of it is, added to which you have your time.
Yes.
Do you really want to go through the laborious nature of going out and cutting your grass or taking care of your pool? What is the value to that?
Right. Yeah, there's a pros and cons. It's a different lifestyle, and the more and more I find, I talk to people, especially older clientele. They're ready to downsize from the big house, with the big yard, with the all the maintenance that comes, and the higher cost of carrying it as well. And then when you trade that off versus a condo, hey, I like to travel more. You get out and travel. You live in a condo. You close up the door and you're gone for the week, and you don't even worry about a thing.
Without question, you hit the nail on the head. It's a totally different lifestyle. Especially with retirees, it's time for them to relax and enjoy life. And if they just got to part with a little bit of money in regards to a homeowners association fee that covers these things that otherwise they would have to do, then again, I digress back to what I said before. What is the value of your time?
That's right. Yeah, like this example of this property on Gulf Boulevard, they've got all the amenities here, and the Bella Rosa is an exclusive building that's constructed in 2004. So it talks about, you got the beachside pool and spa, tennis courts, fitness center, direct access to the beach on Sand Key. All of this stuff's included. Plus, that's covering your roof insurance, your flood insurance. It's covering a lot of different aspects. There's only 31 units in that whole building. So it's a really unique opportunity, to buy a condominium, and there's pros and cons based on where you're coming from.
Without question, and look at the amenities that you get with that particular unit. That right. In itself can make it worthwhile when you take into consideration you have your own spa and gym.
That's right.
What's a membership cost you these days?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what are the HO fees on this one?
Not to mention the gas and driving to the gym.
Yeah, so the taxes on this one are about $18,000 a year because it's $1 million property. It's a real nice property. Let's see, what are the HOA fees? Where are my HOA fees? They should be. I'll find them here in a minute. But the key considerations are lifestyle, and then you weigh it out, compare apples to apples. You got to compare what is the different insurance policies, what comes with the HOA, and then when it comes to a loan, I know on the front end you got to find out, is it a warrantable condo or non-warrantable condo? Can you explain that process?
Yeah, and that comes down to the financing that's available to it. If anybody that's listening is interested in looking at a condominium, obviously you have the opportunity to give us a call directly, and we can vet whatever you're looking at. Certain ones that are available for FHA or VA financing are far more limited than the traditional conventional products out there. But even with conventional, if you're looking to hang on to your liquidity and you want to go with a lower percentage down in reference to your down payment, they are available out there. But it does take some due diligence to look through these different programs that offer the availability to do a condominium finance.
Yeah, that's right. You got to make sure the condominium is the board itself, that there's reserves,
rental percentage. There's a lot of ancillary things that come into the equation in regards to qualification criteria.
That's right. Yeah, and if you just joined us, I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. We're talking with Rene Gignac from the Lone Pilot. I took a stab at it. I couldn't remember.
Everybody butchers it.
And then, the Lone Pilots, Team Hennessy, local team. You got a great team over there.
Absolutely.
Jim, Julie, Desi,
Todd.
Renee, Todd is often on the show as well. So you guys do a great job. I like how you rotate the talent on the show, too. It just kind of gives a different perspective each time you come on.
Without question. And that's a good mix for not only us, but also for our clientele.
Right. Yeah, it's excellent. So when you're working with, when you're thinking about real estate, we want you to think about the quarterback show, the consumer quarterback show, the real estate quarterback show. We have Platinum MVP Realty. We got some special offers as well for veterans out there. I know you guys do a lot with veterans. We want you shopping local, working local, and we'd love to help you. We have special incentives. We're offering a free appraisal right now as well. We'll couple that with a home warranty for certain situations. So let's talk about the veterans. 100% financing, great opportunities out there for the vets.
Absolutely. There's so many different programs and that are available, but the veterans program for lending is unbelievably good. I mean, in most cases, in all cases, it's 100. They're not coming up with anything down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, their funding fee is determined based on their disability and so forth. But at the end of the day, the true value to that program is the fact that they don't have to come up with any money down.
Right.
And when you have something that the way we have it structured, it gives us an opportunity to streamline the process, whereas a lot of other lenders, to be honest, struggle with that.
Awesome. Stay with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. More from our expert contributors, more from Rene. We got William Crowley, a.k.a. the Credit Magician, coming up. Louise Harris as well later in the show. Domino's Pizza filling in potholes across the United States. Find out more about that story. And we got 10 killer tips on how to make your events successful. Stay with us. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey everybody, I'm Forbes Riley, celebrity TV fitness host and creator of The Spin Gym. I'm here today with Brandon Rhymes, and you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Great ways to get happy, healthy, and wealthy.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
House or condo?
listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, the Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Realty, top listing agency here in Tampa Bay, helping you win in any marketplace. I want to give a shout out to Brio Tuscan Grill. They've got a brunch going on now over at Brio Tuscan Grill, and we would urge you to check it out. I've had the brunch there, and it's excellent. Brio Tuscan Grill is our official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, and they're bringing you the pleasures of a Tuscan country villa to Tampa. So we invite you to make your reservation today and check out the best Italian menu in Tampa Bay. And they are located over at 2223 Northwest Shore Boulevard, International Plaza Mall. You got to know where that's at if you're living in Tampa Bay. And it's a great place to go and have a nice lunch, dinner. They've got very friendly wait staff, and they also have a special offer for our listeners out there. They're offering a free appetizer now.
Oh.
So a free appetizer. No longer just the water with lemon. Remember, you got the water with lemon, they're hooking you up. But now they're going to give you that appetizer, man. They got tomato, mozzarella caprese, roasted garlic, spinach, and artichoke dip, spicy shrimp and eggplant, beef carpaccio, calamari, and so much more. Our friends over at Brio Tuscan Grill, International Plaza. Let them know you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show, and they're going to hook you up. All right, back here in studio, we got Rene in the house, Team Hennessy, the Lone Pilots, William Crowley, the Credit Magician. I want to kind of weave a segment here with you two together in there. So, William, when we're talking about credit improvement, I think there's a lot of misconceptions, a lot of misnomers, and you work hand in hand a lot of times with the mortgage professional. Yep. So this is a situation where it's a good, powerful 1-2 punch for people, because I think a lot of times people just say, they're paying off old debt, they're paying collections off, and doing things that they probably shouldn't be doing. Shouldn't be, right. And then it's kind of, negatively, affecting their window of opportunity.
Right. Yeah. I've been doing this a long time, and I guess my biggest connection is with the mortgage brokers out there, because they seem to know how to read a credit report, and they're the ones that's constantly in contact with the client, letting them know what objections they need to overcome. So I kind of work with the mortgage brokers to let them know, okay, here's what we can do. And first of all, I would like to redefine the whole concept of credit repair. I started calling it credit restoration back in 2001, 2002, when most of the companies are still calling it credit repair.
Yeah.
And the traditional credit repair company, they're very basic in what they do. And my industry, the real estate industry, the mortgage brokers, I've kind of taken credit repair, renamed it credit restoration, so I call it credit repair on steroids. Mm-hmm. And so with our 4-stage program, it's helpful to the client and to the mortgage brokers, because we're really teaching people the concepts of credit repair and demystifying the whole process. Mm-hmm. So, for instance, take the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Okay, the traditional credit repair companies, they're going to send the disputes out for the client to the credit reporting agency. The clients don't get a copy of the disputes. They have no idea what's going on. Lo and behold, after 45 days, 30 business days, they get the results back. Sometimes they see progress, sometimes they don't. With us, we're showing the client the disputes up front. Here's the disputes, okay? We're doing it all for you in the background. We're giving it to you so that when you do get the investigation results, you can have something to compare it to, okay? Right. This came off. How did this come off? Now, the biggest misconception with credit repair is people think, I have to prove to the credit reporting agency. The burden of proof is not on you. The burden of proof is on the credit reporting agency. That's what the Fair Credit Reporting Act was created for, to protect the consumer against due process violations committed by the credit reporting agencies. Mm-hmm. So we know the information belongs to you, but it's between you and the lender. The credit reporting agency is a third party. If they're going to intervene or get involved in this process, they must verify this information with the customer. They're not doing that. But most of the credit repair companies don't even explain it like that, okay? Right. They're giving you the impression that, this may come off, this may not come off. Everything. I want to let people know everything can come off that credit report, especially the adverse information, because we're going after the credit reporting agencies for violation of due process. They have not followed the due process according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act. That's how we're getting the information off the report.
Right. So you're able to say,
Bye, Felicia.
You ever say that? So, so you know, when it comes to the credit report, and I love what you said, the consultative approach, right?
Right.
So you're taking that consultative, educational approach with your clients.
Education is key. So there's no need in doing it for the client if the client has no idea what you're doing. So we're teaching them. We're not trying to we don't have a patent on this. The Fair Credit Reporting Act is a public document, okay?
Right.
Along with the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, Uniform Commercial Code, all the consumer laws. We're just interpreting it for the clients, okay?
Right.
So it's not a patent that we have or anything like that. We're just using the Fair Credit Reporting Act and helping clients to understand it, okay? Now, the most important, I guess, an additional valuable step is the validation of debt. We have a lot of mortgage brokers out there and people in the industry telling clients to pay off collections. And I want to reiterate this like I do on every show for the last 5 years I've been on here. Do not pay collections. Never, ever pay a collection, but never, ever ignore the collector. When the original creditor charges the debt off, it releases both you and the original creditor of any obligation to the debt.
Yeah.
Okay? So when the collector calls you, after they buy it for pennies on the dollar, and all they have is a spreadsheet in front of them, they don't have the original note.
Right.
So you can tell them, okay, Mr. Collector, you tell me that I owe this debt. Okay, I'm going to send you a validation of debt.
Yep.
Prove to me that the debt is owed, and I'll be more than happy to satisfy it. But I'm not going to just take your word for it and start paying off debts. When you do that, most of the time, it further damages your credit report anyway. You're paying off a debt. You're renewing the account. Yeah. Now it's a larger point value, deduction value, and your score goes down.
That's right. So Renee's nodding his head here on the, so you're seeing that a lot. I mean, and that's bad advice. If somebody's saying, hey, pay off those old collections, that's bad advice, right?
Well, to an extent, I absolutely agree with his take towards it and the way they operate. I mean, the whole objective is to educate the consumer so that they don't repeat the history.
That's right.
And in the spirit of doing so, I absolutely agree with William. There are situations where and I actually ran into it about a month ago, where a gentleman went ahead and he negotiated with a collection agency, and I'll make this quick.
Yep.
And I didn't tell him to do that. All evidence to the contrary. What we generally try to do is we will tee them up, give them the best introduction we can to an organization that, such as Williams, so that it can get them on the path to recovery and generate a higher, credit score. Because the algorithm is affected as soon as they dispute it, or if they go in there and pay it down. A lot of times the account's bought from another collection agency.
Right.
So, you're only damaging your credit score, and inherently, lending institutions and mortgage companies are obviously using that as their vehicle to determine what your qualifying par rate is.
Right. Yeah, and it's a game that's been going on for a long time. They're trading this debt back and forth, buying it and selling it. And, at some point, the consumer has to wisen up and say, I want to take control of this, send that validation of debt, like William Crowley said. And so what else have you seen in that space, William?
Well, let me reiterate on that.
Yeah.
So I'm not telling people not to pay the collectors. I'm saying don't pay them, of course, but I'm saying don't ignore them either. People get the impression I'm saying don't pay them and just ignore them. No, you cannot ignore them.
Right.
Because the longer that debt sits there, the more responsible you're going to become for that debt. So address those issues, but don't just pay them, okay? But there's a lot of stuff going on in the industry as far as that. I call it the gray area, okay? I pick on collectors, but the bigger responsibility is on the consumer, okay? Because listen here, you're coming to me because you defaulted on your responsibilities, okay? So let's not alleviate you from this scenario. You are the culprit. You're the real problem because you didn't honor your financial agreements.
Right.
Again, I want to show you a loophole to give you a fresh start so that you can go back out and get that mortgage or whatever you want to try to do. But I'm not encouraging bad spending habits or people to liquidate their responsibilities. You still have a responsibility to take care of your financial agreements that you have with these lenders out there. I'm just letting you know the after effect is if you don't pay, okay, then here's what you can do. But I'm not encouraging people, okay, I'm going to clean you up, now go do it again. I call it crash and burn. Don't do that. Go ahead.
Here's something I wanted to talk about, too. In some cases, I would think even a growing number of cases, that identity theft is in there. You got identity theft, so sometimes it's not even their fault. They're just like, wow, where are all these numbers?
Right. And so now when we talk about identity theft, I say the biggest perpetrator of identity theft is the credit reporting agencies themselves. I know it sounds ironic, okay? But nevertheless, they're the biggest perpetrators because if the credit reporting agencies would follow the Fair Credit Reporting Act, we wouldn't have these type of breaches in the first place, okay? The credit reporting agencies sell your information to anybody.
Right.
At any time. They don't scrutinize their character or anything. They don't, people, 90% of the people that participate in identity theft get the information from the credit reporting agencies. So I tell people, put a promotional block on your credit report. At least that'll take you off their marketing list so that they can't just sell your information. This is a free service to put a promotional block on your credit report. Everybody.
Well, let's offer that credit package too. Let's do that. Go ahead. Let's offer that credit package, and with that credit package that William offers, it's a consultation, but it's also more. It's basically if you text the word credit to our consumer advocate hotline, just text the word credit to 813-670-7372. Text the word credit, and we're going to follow it up with the question of your name and your email. Text the word credit to 813-670-7372. Now, you can call that line as well, 670-7372, and just text the word credit. And what we're going to get is a credit package with William Crowley behind the whole deal. He's going to help you out. It's going to teach you how to opt out of pre-screening, cut off all that junk mail. It's going to reduce your chances of identity theft. It's going to also talk to you about how to clean up your credit, maybe improve your credit, legally improve it. And it's going to talk to you about these different scenarios with collections and other things. So it's a free consultation as well. So text credit to our hotline, and we're going to hook you up with that, consumerqb.com as well.
I think Rene had something.
No,
I can't look at him.
I was just I was agreeing with him in reference to the promotional block.
Yeah, get that promotional block put on there. That's going to cut off all that junk mail that comes to your mailbox, and people drive by, they pull it out. Now they know who you are, where you live. They just got a couple little pieces to put together, and they're able to open up credit cards and identity theft, and even medical. It goes into the medical profession as well, and there's some really serious issues with that as well. All right, stay with us here. Consumer Quarterback Show, helping you win in any marketplace. Domino's Pizza, filling in potholes when we come back.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 U.S. Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
Hi, my name is Joe Stalteri. I'm one of the owners of Complete Care Systems. At Complete Care Systems, we do carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, tile and grout sealing, wood floor and laminate floor deep cleaning, as well as stripping and waxing of linoleum and vinyl floors, and a whole lot more. We also run daily deals and special, which you can find at CompleteCareSystems.com, or simply call Tricia up at 727-364-5158, and she'll answer all your questions and give you over the phone free estimates. Or she'll send me out to your home or office to give you an on-site free estimate. At Complete Care Systems, we don't cut corners, we clean them.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, the Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Realty. Looking for real estate agents that might want to join our team. We're looking for a select few. Got a lot of leads, a lot of opportunities. need more folks helping out on the team. And here we are back in studio helping you win any marketplace. We got Rene Gignac in studio. We got Team Hennessy being represented, our mortgage partner. William Crowley, a.k.a. the Credit Magician, a.k.a. what else?
William Crowley.
Okay, William Crowley. Okay. Louise Harris in the studio as well here. We're having some fun. We're going to talk PR here in a moment as well, and some marketing as well. But I want to give a shout out to Mary Maids, taking care of your summer cleaning. Our official cleaning partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, Mary Maids, satisfaction guaranteed by Mary Maids Cleaning Service. Relax, it's done. They do a great job cleaning our real estate properties, and we really appreciate them. They are the Women's Choice Award recipient. America's most recommended cleaning services is Mary Maids. We'd love for you to reach out to them, let them know the real estate quarterback sent you for special incentives. And as you know, I'm a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay. Got a couple of hot listings I want to let you know about. This is a beautiful opportunity here in South Tampa. This is an Airbnb potential rental here. The owner's making a lot of money renting this thing out because of the close proximity to downtown and South Tampa. This is a 103 South Habana Avenue. Now, this is a 5-bedroom, 3-bath bungalow that is at $620,000, and it's a great opportunity to, again, own a passive income property. You know, you're basically doing an Airbnb for your marketing, and then you have someone go in and clean it, and they're generating a lot of income with this property here. And also taking you across the pond over to the northeast section of St. Petersburg, 215 12th Avenue Northeast, 215 12th Ave. Now, this is a great property here because it's pre-construction SIPS panel home, and it's a great buy in northeast section, one of the most popular areas of all of Tampa Bay. $1.4 million. Beautiful property here in gorgeous Tampa Bay, one of the best places in the United States to live, work, and play. All right, so we're back in the studio. Let's bring in Louise Harris. Louise Harris back in studio, and Last Research and Editing, so helping people with their press releases. You got the PR play. You've got ghost writing services available, things of that nature.
That's right, and I really enjoy coming on your show every time. And we were talking before the show that about your event that's coming up this week.
That's right.
And how you need marketing to advertise your event to make it successful.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that you should always do when you have an event is have a plan. You don't want to come up a week before the event and say, oh my God, I got to market it, because that's really too late.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to set, 5 weeks out, 6 weeks out?
Yes, it's like moving. You know, when you get that, when you move, you get that checklist where you have to do something 6 weeks ahead and then 3 weeks ahead. And with an event, you do the same thing. You have to, 5 weeks or 8 weeks, you want to pick your team. You want to know the places that you want to market in about 2 months ahead. And then you just start getting the word out, and you do that for in-person marketing. That far out is good. And then as you get closer, you want to do things like a press release, and you want to do social media at least a month ahead. You want to do daily social media at least a month ahead.
Daily?
Yes, daily. Because people don't always see those feeds. So if you're not posting on your event page daily, people may or may not see it. So
yeah, and you got to put some money behind it, some spends now with the different Facebook algorithms, you know?
Yes, you definitely have to put coincide the post with the Facebook ads and the Google ads. And you also want to buy advertising in other places like newspapers and television and radio, because people will remember it faster if they can hear it, if they can see it on TV, and if they can see it in front of their computer. And so you have to have all of those things in your plan. You have to know what your budget is for the event, and you have to stick to your plan and keep going and to make it successful. The other thing is that a lot of people forget when they have the event, they're not advertising the event during the event. And that's what they should be. They should definitely have Facebook Live during the event, or some other kind of live streaming.
Right.
They should be calling. Yes, John.
Don't look.
They should should, the day of the event, they should call people that they invited to make sure they're still going to show up. They should have another kind of email blast, like a few days before the event and during the event. Hey, we're here. We want you to come and join us. We're having a great time. Because when you're advertising during the event, it's immediate, and people want that immediate decision. I was like, oh, I got to go. And
plus, you're setting yourself up for the next year if it's an annual event.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And then that brings up the point about after the event, you want to thank everybody for attending for that very reason, especially if it's a fundraising event like you're having.
Yeah.
You want to thank them for coming, thank them for donating, and remind them that you will need to help the kids at other times, like at Christmas or next year. But you definitely want to thank them.
Yeah, it reminds me of one of my favorites is not Stephen Covey, Brian Tracy. He has a thing called the 5 Ps. So proper prior planning prevents poor performance.
Right.
So maybe that's 6 Ps, but
yeah,
it's
but 6 Ps. Yeah.
Is that 6? All right. So proper prior planning. So that's your clear objectives, making sure you understand. Here's my team. Here's how we're going to roll it out. Here's the ideas that we have.
Right.
And then coming together and executing the plan. I think that's the biggest part is actual execution.
Right.
A lot of people have the right things, they say the right things, but it's the reason, same reason why most Americans are overweight. We know eat less, exercise more, eat greens. People don't do it.
Right. Because they don't want to. Right.
Right. There's a lot of reasons why. Yep.
Yes. So, and it is an execution. And if you don't have the right tools, the right people in place, and you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to execute well, and then you won't have a successful event. People won't show up. So.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the things I like to do as well is if you look at, like, for example, this event we're having on Thursday with Ken Shamrock, it's a keynote benefiting the Ian Beckles Foundation at Red Door number 5. Get catered food by Amici's Catering. The cash bar is sponsored by St. Pete Distillery. So just in that first line that I just mentioned, you got Ken Shamrock, a UFC Hall of Famer, WWF legend, utilizing his contact, his resources. We've got the Ian Beckles Foundation, longtime NFL football player for the Bucks, and I think couple other teams. But radio jock here for years, legend in the sports talk space in Tampa Bay. Then we've got at Red Door number 5, really cool event. So the event space wants to get the word out, and then Amici's Catered Cuisine and the St. Pete Distillery. So all those folks are working together. Plus our show partners, are helping to bring it to light. Probably a couple others that I just forgot to mention.
Right, and you actually bring up another point, which a lot of people don't realize. They feel that if a organization is sending out a press release, they don't have to. But it's actually better to have the organization send one out, and then you send it out from your perspective, and then have another person send it out, because when the media gets all those press releases, they see the importance of that event if they're getting it from all these different places, and then it bumps it up as more valuable and more willing to more relevant, more willing to do it.
Yeah, I like that. And when you look at the event space, by the way, this is Brandon Rhymes. We're talking with Louise Harris here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. If you just joined us, also we got Rene, Gignac in the house, William Crowley as well. So we're talking, we're talking about marketing as well, from a perspective. You're talking about PR, and the marketing space has changed so much over the last few years. Even, 12 years ago, you barely had iPhone, smartphones. A lot of things have changed when it comes to marketing space. I do a lot of, listening to Gary Vaynerchuk and his different podcasts. So you think about, some of the examples that he gives when he does his live speeches, and he talks about, for example, he'll say in the crowd, raise your hands if you are driving down the road, and if you look at the passenger and the passenger of a vehicle nearby you, most likely they're looking down at their phone.
That's right.
And then the driver, about another half the time, or 25, 30%, is looking at his phone too.
And that's the scary thing.
Right. So what does that tell you? Mobile marketing, right?
Yes, mobile marketing. And a lot of the stuff that I was talking about, you can also do on your phone, like the social media. You can do that from your phone.
Right.
The live streaming, you can do from your phone. Except John says no.
How can you see John?
How can you see John? So the idea is create content. A lot of it's about content creation. That's one of the things we really take pride in here at our show for our partners is creating content, repurpose that content, utilize that content across all the different platforms, and then you do additional ad spend on those platforms. We just started running ads on LinkedIn, recruiting agents now. So test them. Find out what kind of response am I getting from LinkedIn. Maybe more B2B response there if you're recruiting or looking for real estate agents like we are. Instagram's going to have a different demographic, different platform. 1 minute is your max video link there on Instagram. Facebook's kind of wide open. You can go more long form video and have a mix of the written word, video, pictures with the memes on them and all that kind of stuff. So, all right, we're coming into our break. When we come back, we're going to talk about this story, Domino's Pizza filling in potholes, as well as more from our expert contributors here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Stay with us.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation, visit Pasco County, Florida.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, former USF football player. I played on the inaugural football team at USF and longtime quarterback on our sports teams, quarterbacking our teams to championships, quarterbacking a different game now. We're quarterbacking introductions to our expert contributors here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. All the folks that we bring on the show that we vetted, we bring on the show to help you understand more about these different areas of business and marketing and real estate and finance and credit and so much more. Check out our recent flyers that we printed up, brochures rather. A lot of our expert contributors here on our show site as well, consumerqb.com. A plethora of information available for you at consumerqb.com. So we implore you to check that out. Now, we have coming up here Domino's Pizza filling in potholes. Interesting story in our Feel Good Story of the Week. I got a hot listing I will let you know about here up in Dade City, 20151 Powerline Road in Dade City. We've got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath property sitting on 10 acres. It's $250,000. The next parcel over is another 15 acres, and it's an actual airport. So not many airport licenses being given out anymore. So here's an opportunity. Any pilots out there, there's an airport for sale in Dade City, and I've got the listing on it. So we'd love for you to check it out. PlatinumMVPRealty.com. Check out our website, and you'll see all the excellent video photography as well from Brave Frameworks, our official real estate photographer. All right, so we got Braylon here. She's going to help us out with our Tell Me Something Good segment.
Tell me something good.
Domino's Pizza is filling potholes across America. Domino's has been hiring work crews to repair potholes in cities across America to ensure their pizzas make it home safely. The Paving for Pizza initiative is filling cracks, bumps, potholes, and other road conditions that can put good pizzas at risk after they leave the store, the press release said. Have you ever hit a pothole and instantly cringed? We know that feeling is heightened when you're bringing home a carry-out order from your local Domino's store. We don't want to lose any great-tasting pizza to a pothole, ruining a wonderful meal, said Russell Weiner, president of Domino's USA. Domino's cares too much about its customers and pizza to let that happen. Domino's has already worked alongside 4 municipalities to help repair roads that directly affect their customers, including Burbank, California, 5 holes fixed, Barton, Texas, 8 holes, an impressive 40 holes fixed in Milford, Denver, and an astounding 150 potholes filled in Athens, Georgia. To nominate your town, visit the Paving for Pizza website and enter your city's zip code. If selected, the city will receive funds to help repair roads so pizzas make it home safely.
Interesting media play, isn't it?
Yes. Denver, huh? Denver had 40?
Yeah.
Did they legalize marijuana too?
Yeah. Maybe that's why they got the delivery going.
Oh man.
Yeah, they got delivery going now.
Yeah.
So they're making sure that potholes don't affect the pizza.
We're noticing a pattern there.
Have you
that's
seen
right.
the commercials about the pizza insurance?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
John's shaking his head.
I haven't seen that one.
If you drop your pizza, they will replace it if you buy the insurance.
Oh, wow.
The carry-out insurance.
How much is the insurance?
Carry out insurance? Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
it's like carry-out insurance.
How
There was
much
a
is it?
commercial.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
Too much, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Just buy a new pizza if it happens. Yeah, so that's a good story. That's a feel-good story right there, and it's an example of what we were talking about with the marketing side.
Right.
You know, does Pizza Hut really have business filling in holes? No, but it's such a smart marketing play, and everybody's talking about it now.
Yes.
You know, it's in the news. It's in how much free PR do they get from this, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's an outside the box way to think and way to act positively affect the community too at the same time. So they're positively affecting the community. They're filling in some potholes. So good stuff. You never know what you're going to get here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, right? All right, let's jump into our lightning round.
The lightning round.
I am so good at lightning rounds.
I majored in lightning round.
All right, so top tips, nuggets of advice, or words of wisdom. Renee.
Well, going back to what the subject of the day with us is, if you're looking to buy a condominium, make sure you vet it and vet it well, meaning look up every possible, avenue that it's going to have cost in regards to your purchase, and weigh your costs advantage against buying a single family dwelling.
Right. Yeah, and when you get your home inspection done, you might want to have the inspector, if it's questionable, look at the other areas, the common elements of the building.
Absolutely.
That's, again, outside the box, and not normally you would think about that, but, definitely dig in, look at the condominium docs, find out, how are the reserves, who's on the board, how many seats are filled, how many vacancies are on the board. There's a lot of questions with the condos, and, when the mortgage meltdown happened, it caused a lot of problems with a lot of people because of that.
History of assessments on it and so forth.
Yes. Yeah, so you're buried into a situation. It's like, wow, I can't really sell this place because the HOA is in such a bad financial position.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you'll see. All right, William Crowley, top tips, nuggets of advice, words of wisdom.
Yeah, William Crowley. But anyway, hey, listen, I love the show, but just remember that on the it's due process violations to how we get the information off the credit report. We know it belongs to you. Okay, so a lot of times people come to me and say, that belongs to me. That belongs to me. All of it belongs to you. We know that. But we're going after the credit reporting agency, who's a third party that gathered the information and didn't properly verify it according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Keep this in mind. Have you been called by a credit reporting agency prior to them putting any information on your credit report, good or bad? The answer is no. So that's how we're getting the negative information removed, because of violation of due process.
Mm-hmm.
It does belong to you. We know that.
It does belong to you. Now, what if it's identity theft, though?
Identity theft, did not tell people file a police report, because if it's identity theft, then you're going to be dealing with a different scenario. You're going to file a police report, and the police report is going to be submitted to the credit reporting agency, and then they're supposed to take everything off.
So you got to call the popo?
Call the popo,
Call the
baby.
popo. Louise Harris.
Louise. Louise.
Now you're gonna have her laughing. She can't say her feel good.
Okay, so I think you can also think outside the box as far as marketing goes. You can, because you were talking about mobile marketing. And
right.
One of the things I've noticed, because I play a lot of puzzles on my phone, is that every time I finish a puzzle, an ad pops up.
Right, pop-up ads, yeah.
Yes, and that's, I think, an avenue that's going to explode in the future, advertising on a phone directly and throughout. And I think if you have an event, you should consider something like that because people are using their phones regularly. And I think you also want to not forget the old school things. A lot of people always think social media is all I need, but you still need print and you still need TV, you still need radio. So you got to have a balanced marketing plan for it to be successful.
Yeah, you can do multi-pronged approaches. You look at it, and then what you want to do is measure, just track and measure and find out. And that's the hard part sometimes is tracking the calls. Where did the call originate from? Especially in real estate, it's like, was it a signed call? Was it a internet lead? You look at that, and there's different. As far as cost per click, and listening to Gary Vaynerchuk, what he talks about a lot is that the cheapest cost per click or per engagement rather with a client acquisition is Facebook and Instagram. And I think the challenge that a lot of marketers are seeing and they're going to see in the future is that a lot of the old school companies, the old, the board members, the old, pick on the old white men, right? Running these boards, these companies, right? They are, the Budweisers, the Coca-Colas, you name it, the Procter & Gamble's, the big, huge companies. They are they're putting money still into a lot of the traditional areas. Right. And mainly, the one that I see is like TV, because it used to be ABC, NBC, Fox, CBS, that's boom, everybody's going to see you. Now, there's so much competition. There's the Netflix and the HBO Goes and all these different places that you can do it. A lot of people are doing the Fire Stick. So you pull up when you go to sit down and to watch TV. You're actually going to look for a specific movie or a show. And if a commercial comes on, which really those platforms you're not going to find a commercial. Right. But if a commercial were to somehow slip in there, if you're on a different feed or whatnot, you're checking, you're looking down at your phone, checking your email or your Facebook. So I think a lot of times you look at that. So here's my point. A lot of those monies that are going into traditional old school TV ads from the big companies, we're talking billions and billions of dollars, those are going to be switching over into Facebook ads and social media and Instagram. Right. Now, what's that going to do for the small business person like me? We're going to have to pay a lot more money for the regular engagement that we're getting now. So that's the challenge that I see, and that's a challenge, going forward in the future is, if you're not an early adapter, you got to be an early adapter. And find out as well. And, check out our book on Amazon, Become the MVP in Your Industry by Surfing the Radio Waves. We'll talk to you about that, some ways that you can start that. Let's do another quick round, lightning round, top tips, nuggets of advice, shorter round here, Rene. Anything top of mind?
Again, sticking to the subject at hand, when you go through and you are looking and doing a comparison analysis as a potential owner or purchaser of a condominium or a townhouse, anything that has a homeowners association, always vet it to the best of your abilities. Feel free to contact me or our team. We can do it as well for you, but rely upon your realtor as well. We are the professionals that will walk you through it and get through the devil in the details so that you know exactly what you're getting and when you're paying it.
That's right. ConsumerQB.com. All your resources available at ConsumerQB.com. And we would love to invite you out. We got this event coming up on the 21st. Check it out. You'll be able to submit a form at ConsumerQB.com. Eventbrite.com. You can buy tickets for the event. Amitis Cater Cuisine, Ian Beckles Foundation, Red Door number 5, Ken Shamrock keynote benefiting the Ian Beckles Foundation. I want to thank our expert contributors for coming in today. Rene, William, and Louise. Great job. Thanks so much. Great show. Had a lot of fun with it. And I want to remind you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing. Hand it to that person that you see in need and be a force for good in the community. Do something kind for one another. And it's really easy to make those small shifts in your day. William?
Yeah, well, Rene got twice. Can I do twice?
Go.
Oh, okay.
You
Medical
close this
collections,
out.
we still go after medical collections, okay? Irregardless of what the mortgage broker says, we're still going to go after that. We're going to issue a validation of debt as well, even though it doesn't affect the score, or it does affect the score, but it doesn't impact the loan.
Nice. Okay. Good deal. He got his
Rene,
in.
Louise, you
we
going
got
to get
5 seconds. We got 5 seconds. So we'll see you. We'll see you tomorrow right here, same time and place, 5 o'clock drive time. 1380
You've been
The Biz.
listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show. Weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 1025 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.
For the one who doubts.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 1025 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.